Yes, it's me. I'm back. I figured we better have a final F330 Folklore in the Environment YouTube session. This is session number 12, just to wrap things up and take leave of one another. So let me go through a few things just to put this puppy to bed. So the presentations and final papers came in. I read them, observed them, and I thought they were very good. I felt that each of you got something worthwhile out of your final original research project, and I'm very pleased about that. That's some measure of success, I think, for our class. So I remind you, all the presentations are up, available on Canvas. This is one of the things we missed because we couldn't continue meeting face-to-face. You all didn't get to hear each other's presentations, which is always a kind of a highlight of the semester. So I urge you, if you haven't already done so, set aside some time when you can and go through, take a look at the presentations that your classmates produced, because without exception, every one of them is really quite interesting. So as we start to fan out and move on and go our separate ways, I want to urge you to keep your eyes open for the sort of points of convergence, the intersections that we might find between folklore and the environment. Keep in mind our core folkloristic concepts: community, and we're very interested in how people create community. How do we create community and renew community and define it and so forth? It's a process. So keep an eye open for that. Of course, art is central. We know that human beings, we need to express ourselves, and we see how this happens in folklore. Traditions, when in certain communities, practices become consolidated and passed along from one person to another, become passed along through time. We see traditions taking shape and evolving, so that's something. Performance, of course, is where it all happens. So performance is that moment when folklore actually happens, and that's an event that can be analyzed and observed and scrutinized very closely. And identity, we've talked about quite a bit. Identity being the sense that people have of who they are. What is it that sort of defines them as a group of people? And then finally, of course, genre, which are these specific channels or ways that people find to express themselves artistically. So yeah, that, and there's so many other sort of foundational pieces, like our interest in myth or narrative, so storytelling, our interest in cosmos or worldview, folk belief or belief systems that people have, and our interest in ritual, the sort of ways that we codify certain moments of behavior so that we can achieve a higher purpose. So that's some of the apparatus, and there's more to it, but I hope you will be mindful of some of that apparatus and keep it in mind, and hopefully as we go our separate ways and carry on with our lives, hopefully this expertise, or if you wish, the sort of vantage point that the folklorist brings to the conversation, hopefully we can continue to contribute something worthwhile to what is, after all, the great challenge of humanity, I think, in our time, and that is to keep the earth as an inhabitable and viable home for us. So yeah, that's a big challenge, and it's an important one, and I hope in our little way we can be part of a solution, or at least a viable, a worthwhile approach to these challenges. Well, hereby we conclude a most unusual semester. Certainly when we gathered in January, late January, we didn't expect to be finishing up in the way that we did, but I think YouTube kind of came to the rescue, and I was able to keep interacting with you through your written work and so forth. I feel like we have managed to complete a successful semester in F330. Well, this is my farewell, so everybody I hope things will go well for you in the future. Anybody who wants to stick around, I'm going to play a few chords here from the Professor's Ragtime Lullaby. So let's see how this goes. So long, y'all.